The mic is good. Yes. Alrighty. What is up, everyone? This is... Oh, I didn't pour the coffee. Damn, there goes the momentum. This is... Coffee with Soul, yeah. Let's pour one out. It steeped plenty. We are ready to get started. We're going to chat. We're going to talk. I'm going to spend like a minimal amount of time over here in Siren Isle because I'm done, baby. Okay, I'm not really done. But I am done at least going for the mount. You know, this was a cool little bit of a chase while I was going for my real goal, which was to just amass as much currency as I could. Which wasn't a lot because one of the rune key things that you need in order to get this guy, that was supposed to, you know, it's a pretty rare drop, but I was able to get it like super fast. It was another rune key thing that took a while to get, and that was just like the random, like a random drop, and then you have to get 7 of these things, these fragments, and then put them together. Like that took longer to do, but I did it, and now I have them out, and you know I'm good to go. So I guess my behavior here on the island for the rest of my time is gonna be pretty minimal, at least for now. Once, because I think like today there's like one daily that we have. I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and do that because I think that leads to getting like some pet. Like I talked to this dude, this little creature right there, and it says, oh, it's hungry. And so I have a feeling that I'll probably get it as a pet by the end. But I'll probably just gonna come in here for like the daily and then when the weekly reset comes, I'm gonna, you know, do my thing and get whatever minimum stuff that I need, and that will probably be it. I'm gonna kind of gauge whether that's going to be like enough for me to get most everything else that I'm missing. Because there's a good chunk of transmog that I'm still missing. I don't think all the things has been updated for it yet. Probably because I haven't checked to update all the things. Brilliant. Brilliant. Why don't you think of that before talking shit? Look at all these look at all these updates. We're here. You know, I should reframe the title here. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna reframe it a little bit just to get more people like coming in with the right energy that I'm looking for. Folks mad about this patch. Let's talk about it. Not about it, about it. Much better. Yeah. So, folks mad about this patch. Yeah, we'll talk about it, and I want to hear from folks and accept the feedback. I'm not going to try to tell you you're wrong. But I want to, I guess, in the upcoming weekly, yeah, so in a couple days, one, I want to talk about that. But then two, I'm also going to talk with Wochi from Dungeon Dojo. I'm going to pull statements or otherwise get clips from like a little interview kind of chat that we'll have about his group and what they offer. I'm also going to mention a Discord channel on the EU side called No Pressure, which is kind of the equivalent of WoW Made Easy over here on the US side or on in the US region. So I'm going to highlight two communities, one patch to talk about, and etc., etc., etc. But anyway, let me say what's up to people. What's up to Doki if you're the first person to say hi. What's up to Aldever and to Darth, to Peter, to Soft Blueberry, and to the rest of y'all, the beautiful digital smiling faces who are going to be joining us throughout the day. You know, just drop in, say hi, whatever. It's all good. There was an interesting thread. Like I kind of was a little frazzled starting the stream because I was reading this thread from Narissa who talks about she talked about accessibility. Accessibilitars. No, I'm good. Yeah, thank you. No, it's all good. She was talking about accessibilitar, accessibility complaints. So she's talking about how the crests, the names, and the icons, they're a little bit tough to read for people who are who might be colorblind, who might have trouble like identifying stuff. And she's pointing out that the stuff from Dragonflight was much easier to read and understand than the stuff from War Within. I'm like, oh, okay. That's a. I found that interesting because one, I don't entirely agree. I'll talk about that. But I get it too because one of the things that I've complained about, and I guess I haven't done it loud enough. One complaint that I have about crests overall is that here in the currency tab, make this guy bigger too, is that here in the currency tab, they're not listed in order. Like, they should be like this. They should have its own bracket, man. Like, give it its own bracket, like progression or some shit like that, or just crests. Sure, yeah, just give a cresting, and then have all the crests. You know, can I do it? No, there's no way I can do it here. Yeah, have them like boom, boom, and then where's the other one? Boom and boom. They're like in these four spots, and that's kind of, you know, when I'm trying to do like mental math, or when I'm trying to kind of like gauge where I'm at, it would be much easier on the eyes if there was just this like separate bracket for like the four crest levels. But on top of that, and just as important, to list them in order. So at the very top, I would want to see either weathered, carved, rune, gilded, you know, from top to bottom, or the other way around, you know, depending on how people prefer to visually look at that stuff. So it would be gilded, rune, carved, weathered. Now, Narissa was saying that the names were misleading too. You know, she found it much easier to understand whelpling, drake, worm, aspect. To me, whelpling and aspect, that reads just fine, because whelplings are little babies, and then aspects are like, raw, look at me, I'm Deathwing, whatever. But then drakes and worms, that kind of threw me off, and it took me a little while, only a little while, it took me a little while to get used to the terminology and try to understand it. War Within stuff, this feel like, and when I responded to her thread, to me, it felt like, maybe this is like a translation or a language sort of thing, because I'm not quite sure if in other languages, like, how does this work out? Because you got to consider that too, when designing stuff like this from a UI perspective. There's going to be other people from other countries who are going to be looking at this stuff, or this is going to be depicted in other languages that might be misleading, and I'm not going to know that. I'm not going to quite realize that. But at least in English, to me, the War Within stuff is much easier to understand. You know, weathered is like just beaten down stuff. Carved is, you know, you start working on it. Runed is something, is kind of like carved but with polish. You know, so to me that feels like a step up. And then gilded is like, you know, throwing the gold flakes on shit. And, and making it like fancier. So I feel like there's a progression sort of thing here. And it's here too, but then drakes and worms are a little bit confusing. Or they were a little bit confusing because, you know, because once you get used to it, then you get used to it. But like visually, like in practice, I think I would just prefer to have like a separate bracket, show the crests, put them in order. Alphabetical order is misleading. That kind of messes with people's heads. But I guess my take comes from the fact that I don't care about icons anymore. Like, she points out like icons and how like the differences are, the differences make sense in Dragonflight, but they don't make sense in War Within, because it's not like this. It's not as progressive. You can kind of see like the little icon. It's like, oh, okay, it looks like plain, and then it gets more intricate as we go. Like, I guess I get that. My thing though is I don't care about icons anyway. Like y'all see me like talk about sorted so much, like, oh my god, this is literal sliced bread, you know, because I prefer to just see things as text anyway. So there's that. But yeah, I found that to be an interesting distraction that sort of messed up my momentum for starting the day today. So I started like a little bit late. Oh well. I also saw yesterday that there's this comic that came out, very wholesome, very wholesome, very cool comic. There was also an audio reading of the whole thing, so they kind of animated the frames in this comic, and they had and Khadgar narrated the whole thing. So he's actually like, so he's doing it as if it's like a book reading, but it's a comic instead. But you're following along, and then you're seeing him, take a, he's not like trying to make a feminine voice for like Ilaria or like an orcish voice for like Etrig or nothing. He's just like reading it through. But it was a fun read, or it was a fun watch and listen. I actually looked at that before looking at the comic. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But if you haven't seen it, definitely take a look at that. I think that's very cool. Let me get back to chats. I'm not mad. I got a sweet swimsuit transmog from. Oh yeah, I gotta go, dude. Let me go. Okay, let me do. I'll do this quest. Okay, first I gotta take a bite out. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna ruin you guys. And the camera thing's all messed up again. Hold on, sorry. Closer. Good. So, we wanted to treat ourselves, so we got ourselves like pastries from the local bakery, and I got this guy. Check it. Oh yeah, come on, closer, focus. There we go. Oh, it's like this almond croissant. I get this every now and then, but so good. So I'm guessing people aren't happy about this. See, I told y'all. I told you I got him. I told you I'd get people coming in if I just reframed it and not be so chill. Let's talk about how we're so mad about this patch. Some people are upset with the patch, for sure, because it was, you know, it's like the typical, hey, we want things to do, we want to feel locked in, we want to have like this really epic experience and yada yada yada, and it's not. But do we? I don't know. Do we need that all the time? To me, this is like, this is the kind of sort of side content that I'm cool with, as opposed to like, let's say, I'd say Mechagon was kind of a weird one. I liked Mechagon, by the way, but I found Mechagon to be like one of those, hey, let's just go in a different direction with part of this patch, and let's do this thing. And that's how I look at a lot of expansions. Like a lot of like the major patches, they're like total departures, and there might be a big departure here too. I guess you could say that the goblin stuff might be a departure, but they're trying to tie things back to War Within. But to me, like, Ulduar was kind of adjacent to the whole Wrath of the Lich King sort of deal. It wasn't, but I don't know. To me, it wasn't like, I wasn't like fully in it. But of course, that's me talking shit about one of WoW's favoriteest raids. So that's not a good idea. All right, I gotta take a bite out of this because this thing's like screaming at me, like, dude, eat me, bitch. All right. Oh, this is like so unwieldy. I need to like fork and knife this thing, I think. I won't. But I feel like I should. Did I see the new Superman trailer? I have not. I'll be interested to see that later. I think what people are, one of the biggest ires right now about this patch is information, kind of. Folks aren't, I'm seeing a lot of unhappy folks about the time gating for the gems. I told y'all, people. Don't pay attention to the time gating of flight. It's not a big deal. Don't pay attention to the time gating of item level. Not a big deal. Pay attention to the accessibility. Pay attention to the agency that we do or do not have at the start of this. Now, I saw what I understood what Blizzard was trying to pull off here. And again, we don't even know like the full story yet, which is different kind of critique. But yeah, I know what they were trying to do here. They wanted to make it so I guess I'll do the rare stuff. They wanted to make it so your first ring is largely going to be the same as everyone else's in terms of potency, power, and blah, 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 blah. And it's not going to, it's not going to please everyone because it's an all-rounder. You have one DPS proc, you have one healing proc, and you have one stat proc. But then, and there's also an additional support gem that lets you fire off the DPS, the current DPS gem that you can get. And so Wowhead appropriately baited people, being like, "Hey guys, this ring, look at the power of this ring. It's only the equivalent of like a 575 or whatever the hell sims that they ran it through." My take in the meantime, while very unpopular, comes from a totally different direction. I'm taking a look at it from a more utility standpoint, as well as folks who are who just don't get a lot of gear. Folks who are just like, oh, well, I'm just using like delve gear and stuff like that. Which, by the way, I probably sims better as well. But I look at it from a group standpoint, and I'm like, dude, this thing's dope. This thing's dope because now the overall survivability of the team is like that much higher, and it's going to be like that much easier to clear stuff, or people can make this many mistakes and blah blah blah. And it showed, the numbers showed in my raid. Like the survivability of folks was way higher than it was earlier. Now, of course, it's going to be different when subsequent weeks happen and we see more stuff. But I wonder too, what's going to happen tomorrow? It kind of sucks because I write the weeklies on Friday, and I won't be able to find out certain information until Friday night, basically. I'm wondering what's going to happen. I'm wondering what's going to happen Friday when World Quests have their refresh. Are we going to see more gems be available? Maybe. And if we do, that tells me that in the time frame of 7 days, we might be able to get all the gems that we want. Maybe. I don't know. Or at least we'll definitely have like more. And in the end, we're all, the folks who are like upset about this, like they're tripping. But they're also not tripping, because we could have been told this like a little bit sooner too. Now, of course, the ideal solution, the ideal presentation of these gems would have been, hey, let us choose. And that was kind of my thing too. Like I prefer to be able to have my first loadout of gems be like if they wanted to gate the power and the flexibility of these gems, at least make the first loadout, instead making it, homogenized and like the same for everyone. Let me get the one that I want. Or let me get the combo that I want. Like for me, I would want all the healing ones as a tank, because I'm a maniac, And I'm sure that other folks, that they would want either all stats or all DPS procs or let people get whatever they want. That's the whole thing. But they didn't. And that obviously ain't gonna go so great. And, so that's why Wowhead was able to frame this thing as, hey, let's just focus on the power aspect of it, because most folks understandably are just interested in like DPS and that sort of throughput, and that's why you have those folks being easily reeled into the angry side of their reactions. So. What Blizzard was really doing was making me do more no healer raids. They shield to that soul guy. Honestly, I'm really enjoying the lore coming across in the new zone. The world building they're doing with the tablets in general are really good. No, I like what they're. I did like what they delivered on that. They're just trying to tell a story, and they don't want to tell it in a day. That's it. I think that's a fair thing to present in a game where you're living in this in this persistent world where the passage of time means something. If everything was like done one and done really quick, then you have this like very weird disconnect of the passage of time for some players. It's not perfect because some people will do the raid in a single day, whereas others will need to wait for story mode, stuff like that. So there's all sorts of like jankiness and compromise, and it's never going to be perfect. What Blizzard was really doing was making stamina increase alone from the item level jump will help with survivability as well. Do you think we get PTR this week or next week after Christmas? If they do a PTR this week, or even next week, that'd be weird, because they're trying to squeeze something out. Yeah, I'm if they do it, hey, cool, they did it. But I'd rather, I don't know. I'd rather wait. I don't mind waiting, because otherwise I'm going to be a little bit more busy during the holiday break, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be like odd. And what if there's like a problem? Like most people are going to be leaving the office, probably after tomorrow. People from Blizzard, they're gonna be on a break of some sort. So I'm not counting on learning much or doing much. Just weird. It feels weird that this is another catch-up gear farm when it feels like there's been so much catch-up gear farms already this expansion. This one is like very, very like, this is partially for for people who are just making fresh alts or who are new as well. And I've seen some comments from people who are like, hey, I'm just joining for the first time, and like, no, this island's cool. I'm getting all this free stuff or all this easy stuff to get. So for them, so the plateau, like overall, the plateau is just super chill, super easy, and oh, I should hit that guy. I'm like fighting these guys on the side and everything. We've been seeing that with this season. The initial plateau is so accessible. You want to get to veteran stuff, very easy. It's like almost free. You want to get to 620, which is high level maximum champ gear. That's pretty accessible too. And then that's where typically the plateau really sets in for a lot of folks, because after that you need to get into gilded stuff. And while it was kind of, it kind of took a while for people who, actually, no, it didn't kind of take a while. It definitely took a while for people who were trying to get gilded, who don't typically max out their rune crests for the week. Now it's gonna be easier. But before, like, it was understandably like pretty tough to really break into that. Meanwhile, folks who were trying to get into like myth track gear, who were trying to get into like plus 10s, like they were struggling. Now it's gonna be easier, and I get that, and that's cool. So now we can finally start playing the game. So, Merry Christmas to you, putters. I think that's a universal want. Time gate, the item level upgrade, but give everyone options to use all the gems at the same time and let us play around with it. Yeah, I think that would have been like the better way to go, but also that would have been harder to do. But I think the compromise would have just been, just give us everything. Just make it all like easy to get. It would have worked out if this was like something that like a rare drop from mobs. If it was like that, then that would have been fine too. People would have just hard grinded like this thing. They would have bitched about that, but at least they could have gotten everything. Like you think about 1007 and Forbidden Reach for those who got the Onyx Amulet, the equivalent to Cersei's Circlet that we're getting here. You had to work for it, but you were able to make yourself a complete ring pretty easily. You just didn't have the item level. Maybe not right away, but by the second week you did. Yeah, and that was kind of easy. This one, still easy, but we also just don't know. I guess that's the big thing. We're not entirely sure. Like, I'm not sure what's going to happen Friday. I'm not sure what's going to happen Tuesday. and not knowing kind of sucks. Meanwhile, though, people who don't keep track of this sort of stuff, people who don't look at Wowhead or watch the streams or, you know, check out the commentary and stuff, I'm pretty sure they're just vibing. You know, because they don't know. These people, they may not know, like, anything, and they don't give a shit. You know, so... But of course, who cares about them, right? It's all about us. Telling the story in real time doesn't really bother me. Yeah, it's like this. It's like this investigation, and you know, just takes a little bit of time to go through it. What's the add-on to see DPS numbers like that? It's called nameplate scrolling combat text, and then I have it configured in a certain way. Out the box, it looks pretty similar. I just made some minor changes. So I'm grateful for the catch-up items. I broke my wrist and wasn't able to play for a while. I have a lot of catch-up to do. Oh, right on, dude. I just got to 620 item level yesterday. Been great. Not to have to hard grind for it and feel good headed for the next season. Who cares about those vibing people? I am too busy stressing out. Oh man. But yeah, I'm just kind of like bumming around. I'm gonna do this. Did I complete everything for this? Oh, I need more mystery meat snacks. Okay, so I'm just kind of like chilling. I'll go ahead and go through this, and then, oh shoot, what was I going to do? Oh, and then I'm going to head back to the trading post because I haven't done that stuff yet. I'm pretty sure I completed the track, right? Ooh, shit. I have. That's not it. Yes. So we are good to go. Okay, I'm just going to pick all the almonds off of this for now. If someone wants to grind all the gems in 1 week, then that should be an option for them to do. That may not be something that I want to do, but just having to wait for it feels wrong. I just want to play the game. See, what's funny too is that, you know, according to the people, according to the simmers, like, oh, well, the ring's still not great anyway, so whatever. Which is kind of a good thing too, right? Because then they could just like take their sweet ass time with getting this ring. Yeah, it's... I don't know. I find some of the time gate complaints to be a little off-putting. Cool. Even the word time gate is not entirely accurate, because if I want to upgrade this ring, I can do, you know, no matter what, I'm waiting. So I guess that's people's definition of time gate. But to me, there's like different levels. It's one thing if I can just wait a couple weeks until I hear from someone, oh, you can get all the gems now. Okay, cool, sweet. Versus, oh, I need to lock in. I gotta show up every day and get the rep that I need. And if I don't get the rep that day, then I'm fucked. I lose a day. You know, to me, there's like different levels of it. I definitely prefer one or the other. Of course, others would prefer neither. They just want to be able to like hard grind it. So I totally get that. But also, like, the long-term impact of this, I think folks are letting themselves overreact to it. The reactions are fine, but like folks who are like, I'm seeing some folks that are just raging. Oh, this is a garbage patch, garbage expansion, garbage. I'm like, dude, relax, because we know what's gonna happen, and you know, this time in like a week or something, we're going to get what we want, because it was and chances are it's because it was the plan all along. And they just didn't say anything. And so the big takeaway is, dude, just tell us these things in advance. Like, you have a big old timer on top of Khadgar's head with when the next story thing is going to happen. And frankly, I don't care. It's, you know, to me, that's not a big deal. But not telling people when they're going to get their player power. Ooh, this is what you get. This is what you're seeing from it. Anything good? Oh, I finally got a transmog thing. This is a two-hander though, right? Yeah, it's a two-hander. Ugh. Sinner. Alright, when does this thing open up? This thing is... Oh, it's already open! Ugh. Thomas, hey, what's up, dude? Get the 10k ore currency for the surfboard mount. Not right now, but don't forget at some point. I think I'll get it eventually. I've been focusing on the transmog appearances because y'all know me. I'm more of a transmog person than a mount person. And thankfully, you know, getting the special amount from this spot, it was a good focal point for me as I'm farming currency, because again, that's what I was mostly doing. I just wanted to like get that stuff, but it had me jump around looking for these different things in order to get the keys or whatever to unlock them out. Now that I have it though, I don't have that focal point, and so my motivation to like be here has dipped. So I'm definitely going to show up next week for like the other stuff, and you know I would and maybe I could consider like popping back here with alts so I can at least get like some of those bonuses. And also because I don't really play my alts seriously, this is the place for me. This is the place where I would play my alts. Easy, you know, fairly easy stuff. I ain't gonna do keys. I don't even care about doing like delves or whatnot. But I'll like do stuff out here, and if I have like this ring, sweet. And like in later weeks, the ring is we get like zone buffs as we do the quest, which will make it easier. So that would be another thing to be like, oh yeah, just bring your alt here. Like it'll be like a little playground where they just go freaking Dynasty Warriors on mobs and stuff. I'm like, oh okay, so that could be a thing too. How goes the farm? What farm? I'm done, baby. Woo woo. Yeah, so I got my bird. I was kind of putting in some extra time off stream for a change to get this guy, but I got it. It wasn't so bad. But I like the surfboard that I got. I know that the color on this upcoming one, or on the one from here, I think I like it better too. So I'll definitely pick that one at some point. Transmog first though. There are people yelling in game chat about the low drop rate of the rune keys, and I'm like, people, it's been a day. I can't help but see more and more of that mentality though. You know, where people look at this less like a MMO and more like just this kind of like dopamine machine where there's this expectation of gotta get a shiny every day that I'm here. You know, I gotta get that thing. If I lock in and get it, you know, lock in for a day, I should get everything that I want. And then I can quit and come back later. You know, it's not the worst take, but to want like the whole game like this, and then be like, where is everyone? You know, yeah. People play and don't play for all sorts of reasons, though. So, how do you already have the mount? It's been 2 days since the patch was released. Could you help me? The biggest thing for farming this guy was to stick around in the storm area, wander around, open up, you know, reveal those extra chests that pop in, and then kill everything that moves. But yeah, definitely playing the storm phase, so that way you have access to. Oh, actually, go into the thing. Go into the storm phase, so you have that toy. I'm sorry, the weapons that you can get from the goblins, and that just lets you just truck everything. Smash. Like, I'm playing in the non-storm version, which is a mistake. I really shouldn't. I should, like, go back and switch this thing up. How do you get the bird? The way to get the bird is there are different rune keys that you pick up. And the way you pick them up is, one, you just kill random mobs. You get like these fragments that you put together that create one of... actually, let me go to the room. So the room's down here. You have to be in... The storm needs to be going for this to happen, so you just got to go into the storm phase. Is this the spot? Shit. Okay, it is. Okay. Yeah, so there's like these 5 keys that you need here. And I don't know if I'll remember exactly how to get them or which one does what, but like one of them here, one drops off of a certain rare boss, a certain rare mob in the storm version, who is, if I can get it, Siren Isle, who is here. Like it, and that thing spawns like every like 5 minutes or so. As long as people are like killing it in a timely manner, just keep killing it until you get one of those keys. Another one drops off of the chests that you open. Just keep opening chests, whether they're hidden or not, and you get a chance to get like these fragments that you put together. You make a key. Another one I think just comes off a treasure chest somewhere, and so that'll be easy to find. I think that one's kind of a gimme. Another one comes from killing random mobs, and the last one I forgot. Shit. There's one mob that kills my pet with a name I can't pronounce stupidly quick. Some mobs are pretty tough. Like there's this lobster-looking dude that's oddly tough, and I think they have a mechanic that just hits you really hard. But I'd say once you have like a little bit of gear and maybe play with some of those trinkets that are on this island, some of them seem kind of interesting. In case like you're like, oh, okay, I'm tired of the delve trinkets. Even if they might have good stats, they might have interesting effects that may help you here. But also, keep in mind that you will get stronger on this island with zone buffs that will unlock over time. As you progress through the story, you'll unlock these zone buffs, and I'm not quite sure if those are unlocked across the account or unlock across the warband or not. But maybe, hopefully. Crab has a mechanic you can avoid by just moving away. If you get hit by the debuff, then yeah, you'll die, but you can avoid it. Oh, it kills you too. Ah. I would look, I'm like, oh, my HP went down. What? That's crazy. Yeah, otherwise, unless I'm like mob training and just pulling all sorts of random stuff, like I'm 625 now, so there's not really much here that threatens me. Like, I am not the target item level of this island, unless, just looking for like a quick fulfillment, just to get stuff done really quick. But I love the ring. I don't care what people say about, I don't care what people say about, like, oh, it doesn't do enough damage. That's not the point. Rubble. Oh, I'm still getting more transmog stuff. Shit. Let me do a reload. I think it definitely should have updated everything now, right? Okay. Let me see what all the things tells me now about what I might be missing. I heard they overhauled the Winter Veil event this year. Any thoughts? No, I have no thoughts because I got to see it. Someone talked. I think I saw a Wildhead article about pets. That is a tameable winter pet. That'd be kind of cool. And there's like requirements behind it. If you're interested, there's just go ahead and take a look at their article. But I am otherwise not familiar with what might be happening tomorrow. It might be dope. But yeah, I haven't really like looked at it, so. I think it's hard. He hits harder than those bees. Those bees? You talking about the bees in not Waking Shore. The bees in Dorne? I recall the bees are annoying. Didn't know there's a Wildhead. Yeah. Well, they only talk about the tameable pet. That's the only thing that I saw. And I saw some comments being like, why are you guys talking about this? It hasn't even started yet. I'm like, oh, good point. Wait until it's relevant. But then I guess that's them. That's Wildhead being like, okay, we'll post now so we can whet people's appetite, and then we'll just post it again. because that's the model. What would we do without Wowhead? Arguably, we'd enjoy the game more. I have this, I have this personal back and forth relationship with Wowhead as a site, and what they do. Like I think they sometimes underestimate how influential they can be on players' moods. Like, I wonder if they gave a more balanced take on, still a criticism, but if they gave a more balanced criticism on the gems and the availability and stuff, I wonder how that would go. Like, if they wrote it in such a way that, like they mention in their article where they talk about how the gems are like really weak or whatever, they mentioned very briefly, oh, you know, the healing gems, they're pretty strong, but let's focus on the power because we're going to tell you that DPS is king. That if they framed that a little bit better, or if they framed it a little differently, would the sentiment be any different? Maybe. So, but yeah, we're definitely seeing this kind of whiplash of like, people are looking at the time gating of these gems and treating it like, oh my god, we're back to Korthia. Like, it's very hostile. I am noticing. Even my guildmate just right now was saying, what the fuck? When are the other gems going to be available? Stop time gating this Blizzard shit. Yeah, like, we're impatient motherfuckers these days. I swear. The wild calendar says it starts today, does it not? I thought it was tomorrow. Shit, it's today. Okay. Shit, it's like in an hour. Sweet. Okay, so I was off. My bad. I use or not spoil some stuff, so it's a surprise. I miss the days when it was just like Thoughtbot, and all they gave us was the database. That's it. Just the database, nothing more. You know, nowadays we have articles and stuff like that, and I do remember, like, I gave a pointed critique about how I don't like seeing these editorials. I don't really care about the writer's opinions. Just give me the news, and like, that's it. But like, for example, like with this time gatey stuff, like, they kind of slip back into it. I'm not gonna nag them every time. I'm not their fucking mom. But yeah, I don't think that's okay. So. I blew on the powdered sugar. Shit. That's not good. I breathed in the powdered sugar. Also not good. Okay, so I did a quest. I'm probably going to get a pet from that. Let's go home. What is it? It is an almond croissant. Not being able to fly with mobs everywhere feels like the mall. I get it. I'm a tank, so I don't really feel it. But, nah, I get it. It's brief, though. I think your comment, Thomas, was the first time I've seen someone complain about flying. Like, I noticed it was a big deal when it was first mentioned, because no one really knew what flying entailed. And then testers were trying to clarify for people, like, dude, don't. This is not a fight worth fighting. It's okay. We get it, but there are worse things to complain about. Boop. Give me stuff. Yes. Okay, so is there anything else that I want? I don't know if there's anything else I want from here. I only have 500 tender? Oh, well. Okay, get fucked. I thought I got... Wait, really? I thought I had more. Nope. Yeah. So I have a whole 500. So I can get this. Which is like... This is... To me, this is the winner. This is the most fun... One of the more fun weapons that they've made. I like that one. I already have the one-hander for that one. That's cool. Pets. I can get the baby one. I can get the staff one. Like, if someone has the staff and the two-hander and they're like a Fury Warrior, oh, that's a win. That's win. I'm here to dispense some Christmas cheer, and they just beat the fuck out of. Just beat people down. That'd be sick. Let's see. Wings. No. Bow, gown, recolors of stuff. I could get this one. It's only 100. But I think I should start saving a bit. That's going to be tough. That's always tough. I think I'm going to do my best to spend no more than 800 tender a month. That way I can like slowly start building up. I'll slowly start building up a bit. For when next November-ish, October, November, December, when that trading post starts to happen, because there's a chance that we might see some player housing stuff in there. And when people start complaining, oh my god, now they're adding player housing stuff, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to be like, hey, we knew player housing was coming for like a year. Y'all could have started saving. Yeah, no one to blame but yourselves. Don't be surprised. People. I'd be like, you will love Christmas, yeah. Okay, we need more tender. We are going to get more tender. At least as far as it looks, starting in February. So when we begin our third year, when we enter the third year of the trading post, we should expect an income of 1,500 tender, up from 1,000. So there you go. Frantic pace of flying from A to B. I love skywriting, but there's something to say about slowing the game down and feeling more immersed, like classic, right? It's so hard to save up on the trading post. Stuff is overpriced. Actually, things have gotten cheaper. Believe it or not, things have gotten cheaper. I think mounts, for the most part, are still kind of the same. But pets are cheaper, weapons are cheaper, armor is cheaper. Things that have stayed the same would be like some mounts, ensembles are largely the same. It just kind of depends on which one it is. But then there's also just more stuff that they're adding, more cheapies to like chip away. Because I mean, you only have like that 1,000, and then like this is like 100. It adds up real quick. So like these are the things that I bought. I bought shoes, tabard, helmet, ensemble, little earmuffs, both earmuffs, and capes, and that was almost 1,000. You know, so overpriced. I don't know. Sure, but things just add up, and yeah. Let me get that gaming chair for my housing, dude. I know. Give me something like this with a headset, and then a secret. Watch, we're gonna see sponsored shit from Blizzard. Oh, that would be pretty bad actually. The holiday weapons are too expensive. I'm gonna buy them, but it's gonna hurt. So I remember when we saw weapons like these, they used to go for like 600, 700. Yeah. I have the chart. They've mathematically have gone down in price. You know, new high-res items, they used to be about 25-30% more. Should be fewer items in the trading post so people will stop complaining they don't have enough tenders. Each month should have one new item and maybe one returning item. Nobody will complain about too few tenders again. But then what would happen there, like let's pretend, let's pretend that this thing was cut down to like 5 or 6 items or whatever. If everyone can always buy everything from the trading post, like we had this conversation kind of before on Twitter or whatever. If everyone can always buy everything from the trading post that's presented, then the trading post is no longer a choice. They might as well just put this stuff in the mailbox and be like, here you go. So having these choices, it's very much the intent. It obviously does not help for people who feel very completionist and want to have like everything. But for someone like me who is actually, before I say that, like let's say people who just want mounts, it's tough. It's going to be tough for people who only want mounts. I think they can eventually like feel like they're getting everything that comes into the trading post every month. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but you know what? Chances are I could probably calculate that because I have the whole history and all that stuff. So if I were to do the math, the only things I'm not sure about are like what are the months where we got like bonus tender. But I might be able to like take a look and be like, oh, okay, for every month where there's only one mount being introduced, cool. Then that particular mount hunting person can always get mounts. For me, it's easy. I'm a shield hunter, so shields are cheaper. So for me, as a shield completionist, I'm fine. I think there's one that I'm missing because I was like, I'm getting kind of tender broke, and that's just a recolor. I'll live. It'll be back eventually. So that's fine. But for people who want everything, I think we're moving towards a bit more of an edge case kind of collector, an edge case scenario for collectors, and there aren't as many people who are like, I must have everything or else, and that sort of thing. So. A couple of questions. How much tender do you think we should try to save up for player housing, and what do you expect to have available for purchase for it? I have no idea. No idea. For all I know, they may have... Shit. For all I know, there might be a thing where the warband screen... There might be shit for the warband screen in 11.1. There might be new shit added to the trading post sooner than we think. If they were to add, like, say, warband stuff, like warband decorations and shit like that. But as for how much you should save, I would say save like 200. 200 is probably a good start. Come February, we're going to get more tender income. And hopefully not more stuff, because we keep getting more and more stuff. We're getting more and more returning stuff, which is fine, because some of that stuff might be like, okay, we're not interested in that in the first place, so whatever. So they can that stuff can rot for all I care. I'm hella picky with what I buy. I am not as picky. I'm like, ooh, it's cheap. I'm gonna get it. I'd say one of the bigger mistakes that I made for myself, if I want to even call it a mistake, would be getting mounts. Getting mounts is pretty uncharacteristic of me, and I think I've bought a couple. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. I would have saved some tender for like things that I'm more interested in anyway. I think I have all the mounts that were made available in the past. I had a head start though. Oh yeah, so like the shit, what is it called? Sparkle Mount, Celestial Steed, some of those, or things from like the WoW 15th anniversary. Those ivory-looking, statue-looking mounts, the Wyvern and the Griffin. Like, yeah, that sort of stuff. That was... People can kind of like get ahead of it and buy those up. But that's the whole point too. For people who don't want to spend real money on it, now they have an option to do it. Things for the warband screen will break me. I currently have a complete collection and I don't want to lose that accolade. You have a complete collection? Complete collection of what? Oh, mounts. Haha. I think that's what you're talking about. Well, assuming that they well, I guess one thing to think about that I didn't think about when making that video. If they're increasing the amount of tender we get a month, does that also mean we're going to see items that will creep closer to the new cap? So might we see like mounts or transmog appearances that are like 1,000, 1,200, 1,300, 1,400? That's a possibility. It's one that I hope they don't explore, because then what's the point of increasing the income, Blizz? Jeez. Oh well, it's so we can give more flexibility on pricing and blah. Oh, they're not. People aren't gonna buy it. They'll get mad. They'll get so mad, and I'll be with them. I'm like, yeah, like you helped us out, but did you really? Well, knowing housing is coming, I'm okay with this patch. We can go back to Shadowlands where we went months without new content. Yeah. Some people's memory are really short, man. One of the most offensive things about Season 2 of Shadowlands with Corthian and stuff was Corthia featured gear that could be upgraded. Ooh, upgrade system. I thought that was dope, but accessing those upgrades took months. It took like 3 months or so until your renown level was high enough. Yeah, until your renown level was high enough that you could actually. I'm going to Old War. Until you could actually upgrade the gear to its highest level, which was like, I think still less than heroic gear, heroic raid gear. So it wasn't even very high. Yeah, that sort of rigidity was a real turnoff for people. Northrend, dude. There you go. That's like a store dropping the price on a good by 10%, but also silently reducing the content of the packet. But yeah, it's kind of like that. So I hope they don't do that, obviously. I hope that this is largely a benefit to give people a bit more flexibility. Because you know how people are like, hey, they need to make things cheaper. I don't think they should set that sort of precedent. Because if they do, then people will wait for items to go on sale, so to speak, or to be reduced on discount. And I don't think the right play should be, ooh, cool, there's this awesome mount. I'm not going to get it. I'm going to wait till it goes on sale. I don't think that's the right approach. With them just increasing the income instead, that benefits everyone. I think that's a much better approach for it. That doesn't make people feel like, oh, I should have, woulda, coulda. Is that a texture fuck up? Yes. It's either that or my bird can see into the matrix. Yeah. Oh well. Hope they fix that. I'll walk it. They're increasing the income so they can put tender on the shop. They will say after 2 years it was a success, but people want the option to have more tender, so they will allow it to be bought with money. Is that a quote, or is that a fever dream? My priority is the mount, so I spend a ton of my tender with the expectation that I'll have mounts to buy almost every month. Yeah, like if for people who know how to control their finances, their WoW finances, they're fine. Stay focused on the things that are like the most important and ignore everything else with discipline, I guess. My opinion is Shadowlands just took way too long to be just semi-alt friendly. Shadowlands was like a big reckoning for WoW and Blizzard in a lot of ways. So, oh my god, it took all that just for them to like change. Why didn't they just listen to our feedback? Which or whatever is, I hear that a lot from folks. Well, they should be proactive about the feedback, aka they should, read our minds and do things months and months. They should predict how we're going to feel months in advance. And when developing stuff, when you're in it, it's super easy to get to be blinded by like what you think is gonna be like awesome, and it turns out, oh, missed the mark. Shit. Pretty sure you said that Longo buying straight up tender on the shop would never happen. Yep. It was pretty clear on that. I mean, never say never, but that's what I'm gonna hold on to, because hey, that's what someone said. Do you know when Blizzard's gonna give us the free stuff they said they would? What free stuff? People in general are just shit at giving feedback about anything. Lol, I see it at work every single day. In gaming, you know, in the gaming world, people are really good at saying how they feel about something. You know, they're good at giving like the critique, but they're often not so. They're often very limited in scope as to like what they think the game should be instead. And unfortunately, the WoW devs can't do that. They can't just be like, oh, let me listen to what the Mythic people are saying, because they're right about this and this and this. But then folks who don't do Mythic stuff are like, oh, this doesn't affect me at all. This is the more important issue. But then the Mythic people are like, no, that affects us directly in this other way. And blah, blah, blah. But you know, the problem is that it's easy for players to speak for themselves because they're just speaking for themselves. Meanwhile, the WoW team has to come up with something that works for everyone, and that's not always easy. Now that said, give us these gems sooner, Blizz. That's for everybody. All right. Yeah, but oftentimes our feedback like contradicts with one another, and that involves every facet of WoW. Someday, I will be like one of. I'm not going to be the creator, the YouTuber person for player housing. There are going to be far more experienced creators who are like putting together cool shit. But I definitely want to be like, I'm definitely going to be part of that crowd, whether I intend to or not. Nah, I intend to. But I'm gonna talk about like where to go and get stuff. I'm gonna talk about like, okay, here's how this UI works, because yeah, guys, this might be a pain in the ass, and let's try to figure this out together, and blah blah blah. So I'm really looking forward to next year. You know, I would say that yeah, I'm not all that satisfied with this patch, but I wasn't. I read the patch notes. I saw the PTR. I knew it was coming. Snookered, hey, what's up? Yeah, Thomas, let me know, what are you talking about with free stuff? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I know that there's going to be like, you know, there's going to be, what's it called? Winter stuff. You know, there's going to be stuff under the tree. That's a freebie. Remember how back in the day that was the extent of our free stuff? The WoW anniversary and Winter's Veil. That was it. That was the time we got free stuff. Now we get it every month, and we hate it. Not all of us. Some people are like, "Oh my god, this month sucks. Literal trash." All right, sucks to be you, man. Meanwhile, I get more capes and shoulders and stuff. I'm easy to please. Alright, let's just... Okay, I'm just going for the shield. I'm just going for the shield. That's it. Hope for the best. And I still need to, yeah, I'm very undisciplined about checking like the Legion stuff. Like I haven't seen the Legion, the Argus rares that drop the shield. I haven't even seen them spawn in forever. While YouTube is strange compared to the size of the game. Well, it's part of that YouTube algorithm, right? Like, if you look for certain things, you're eventually going to get fed certain things. I think he means the Diablo WoW stuff, and if so, it's January 7th. I don't know what that is either. What Diablo WoW stuff? Yeah, ultimately, I'm cool just hanging in my little bubble with like my guild and sometimes you guys. NVIDIA promotion later in January. Oh, you know what's funny? Nope, that's not a shield. Bye. Okay, where am I going next? You know what's funny? I'm seeing a lot of I'm seeing commentary from or comments, folks being like, "Oh my God, Blizz, fuck Microsoft, fuck Blizz. They keep slamming us with all these promotions and all these things. Like I'm sick of like the saturation and blah 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 blah." But I think about this, and it's like, okay, we live in the internet these days. A lot of our exposure is via internet, and it's thanks to sites like Wowhead, MMO Champion, social media that's pointing these things out that we know about these promotions. But what if we didn't know? Or what if there was no Wowhead? Or what if people didn't talk about these things and we just relied on like the Nvidia promotions to just reach Nvidia users? Or the Mountain Dew stuff was just for people who drink Mountain Dew and Rockstar and Doritos and all that. People are like, "Oh man, we're so like these things are being shoved in our face." I'm like, "Well, but then, to be fair, you're looking at, it is a Wowhead article that you're looking at. Would you have seen? I guess the impossible question is, would we have seen these promotions if not for someone else telling us these things? Would they have organically made their way into like our emails or whatever?" Because that's like the whole point of like old marketing, right? Is to reach out to the audience who is, not currently exposed, to expose them and all that. Why am I'm tracking too much stuff? I just want shields. Okay. Wait, Trial of the Champion? Okay, I was about to say, well, Trial of the Champion? No way, I'm not going there. You crazy. Oh, I need to do Raid Finder. Oh, shit, I didn't do Raid Finder yet. Okay, so... yeah. Off to Raid Finder. So I'm doing the first wing and the last wing. Let's see how I crush on the heels this time. I don't know if you got 100 soul, but Hillsbrad has a special reindeer pet which has a chance of having a red glowing nose. Oh yeah. That's the article that I saw from Wildhead. My algorithm is half WoW, half Wars, and it's fun seeing how two different MMOs move in completely different ways when it comes to player-created content. Annie says she's done. Let's see, get a good conversation package. She says she should see if Dream can do a pot cauldron. She hit her face on a door. What? Wait. What happened? Transmog runs have been so satisfying after the change. They're almost a joy to do now. I mean, if you have something like all the things or something that does like a little celebratory thing when you earn something, then it's a vibe because it's like, yay, all the things is singing to me. Yeah, so it makes doing old runs more fun, or at least more fulfilling. I'm not gonna see it, not until they decide to lift all the transmog restrictions and be like, yeah, sure, go ahead, wear whatever the fuck you want. Then it's on. But my behavior won't change unless I identify like some really cool shit to wear. All I'm gonna have is just like, okay, now my transmog is gonna be really random. But I'm probably not going to farm any harder than I currently am. Like I said, like I try to express whenever I do these runs and talk about transmog, I try to stick to, oh, I'm like lost. I try to limit myself to like one thing at a time, as in shields, for my own mental health. Just like how some people are only buying mounts from the trading post. They just focus on like those very narrow things. Because otherwise, if you think of WoW as a whole, it's like, oh man, it feels like it feels like just a little speck in the universe. It feels meaningless what you're doing because it's just like drops in the bucket and it's going to take you years to get everything. Yeah, so it can be easy to like fall into that sort of trap. And I am just leaving the way I came. Okay. Fact is, everything it counts on like before, but yes, I'd love to be able to transmog everything. Yeah, it's future proofing, right? Like in case the day comes where paladins can transmog to cloth, or if there's a new class and for some inexplicable reason I actually change my main. I don't think that's ever gonna happen. Yeah. The only way that I would change a class from my prop paladin is if there is another class that basically functions like a prop paladin, but it's not a prop paladin. That's it. That's the only path that Blizzard has to change my mind. Which is why Remix was so good to me. It limited what we could experience and get. If Blizzard ever lifts restrictions, I can see us confused as to why a play person is casting magic if we don't pay attention to their class. Maybe, but then we have like all sorts of transmog that breaks those restrictions anyway. Like me holding a shield, that makes it pretty obvious who I am at a glance. I'm one of two classes because I am a blood elf and I have a shield on. So I'm not a shaman. I must be either a warrior or a paladin. So, and I think it's okay to not have like an obvious distinction there. Someday we're gonna have all races be available for that, and it'll be only slightly more confusing. There's that much less of an identifier, but you have a shield, you're only one of a couple things. If you have a staff, you're only one of a couple things. If you have two staves, you're a Fury Warrior. Congrats. Oh shit, I better run. Because this dude's they're gonna fucking pull the boss. Alright, let's see how much I can heal. I'd be happy if we can hide our weapons on our class that don't use them. Oh, like casters, basically. Folks are mad, like WoW players are hard to please. Yeah, dude, all they need to do is just do everything that the players say. Oh, imagine that. Imagine if if Blizzard did everything that the WoW players want. So, like, there'd be no time gating. We could hard farm stuff. We only need to do stuff once, and then it's unlocked across the entire account. But the casuals don't get anything. But also, the casuals do get everything. They have a perfectly valid path to getting like the myth track gear and all that stuff that the raiders have. There is flex mythic and all that. It'd be wild. I mean, the real shit would be like paladins would have 2 shields. That would be the want, Okay, so let's see how I fare against these other healers. Oh, I am like so far down there. Oh, that dude's 635. What a fucking cheat. Why are you here? It's Thursday. You have no reason to be... You know why he's here? Same reason I am. They want transmog. They better not be healing me, at least. If they're targeting me, then I'll get upset. Okay, they're not targeting me. Good. Okay, second now. Thankfully, some jackass was taking way too much extra damage, but I'm gonna at this rate. But I'm gonna keep trying. Here we go. Let's see if someone gets eaten again. Come on. There we go. Oh, I don't have my healing enchant on either. Damn it. Oh, no way am I gonna get first. That dude's trying way too hard. Anyway. I question it when two high level fuckers are in Raid Finder. We're here for the transmog. I don't know about you, but I'm here for the transmog. Maybe to parse a little bit. Ooh! Oh, I feel like that's a lost opportunity for me to do extra healing too. Regular healers can respond way better than I can for that. Oh no. Oh, at least I got second. I barely got. Dude, that motherfucker's top healing was healing stream totem. Jelly. Shield. Come on, big money. Give me that shit with this. Oh, 69. I'm doomed. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Don't fuck me, shaman. Come on. 571. Shit, he's gonna roll for it. Fuck! Fuck you, man. Ugh. Undeserving. Anyway. I looked in your old world, looked back, looked in your rating crazy world. Yeah. Doesn't help when most of the time I win 0 rolls. Yeah. Well, sometimes I'll get stuff from Rage Finder. Sometimes, though, the undeserving trash get it instead. Yeah, that dude charged the Spirit Bomb before rolling. DPS Paladin rolled on it. I think that would have went for off-spec, though. Because I don't think that shows up whenever you do the rolls and it's an off spec. It won't show it. Oh well, whatever. Sadness. Yeah, we'll see how we do tonight. We're gonna try and do Silken Cord and Onsurek with alts and see how that plays out. Oh, dead people! Come on, mythic healer. Step it up, man. You can change the loot spec so it's not enough. Oh yeah, you can change it, but I'm just going under the assumption that maybe they're not rolling on it, and don't know if it shows up like that, because before this, when I was seeing the rolls, it was only showing the... Actually, no. It was only showing the shaman because he just didn't roll yet, right? He was charging up that spirit bomb. I'm gonna take all the shields and also roll us a different spec. You monster. You monster. No, you stay on that evoker forever. Your main has changed. Boom. Did I queue up for the other one too? I don't think it's gonna tell me. Shit. I thought I spec'd for both, or I thought I queued up for both, but I'm not sure. New Ring did fairly well for me in the raid last night. Was like 6% of my damage on mostly single target fights. See, what's funny is like on my team, like for some people it was more than that. I think it's because their item level was a little bit lower though. But yeah, they were getting like 8-10% of their damage from the ring. I'm like, oh shit. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was mostly like just because their item level. But still, worked out. And you're 622. Nice. Do you know if we'll get weekly catalyst charges this season? I need a transmog. I am not sure. But I would advise, if you happen to have multiple ults, to just use their charges instead. And buy and if you're trying to get like appearances, like veteran appearances at least, that's going to be easy enough because all you need to do is buy the Siren Isle gear, since that's veteran, so you'll be able to unlock the normal and the raid finder and normal appearances for all that stuff, so that should be easy. Otherwise though, just hold on to gear. Just hold on to everything that you can for right now that is catalystable, and then wait for the next season, because then you can just convert that stuff without any charges. The only problem would be like, I'm not sure if you'll be able to upgrade that stuff too, so. Why is that dude? Is he standing and shit? Oh, offline. Okay. He's almost here. Feels weird that the gear we get from Siren Isle is convertible, meaning fresh 80s can easily have 5 tier. Yeah. It's weird in kind of a cool and easy and accessible way. It's like between that and all the stuff that they can buy from renowned vendors and stuff, like that just shit makes it easy. Do you want to switch aggro or just keep one of us on our own? Alright, we're good. Yeah, this one I don't know if I'll do so great either on the heal-ins. Oh, dead person. Oh, no, that's the offline person. Ha ha ha. Oh, I healed the person that won the gear. I should stop doing that. Yeah, let someone else. Let someone else heal that guy. No priority for you. Alright. Oh, I should stop healing that enemy healer too. Yeah, I have those kinds of rivalries. when I do, when I just do fuck around stuff like this. It's like, who should I heal? I'm gonna kind of soon though. Bring it. But Mom, I'm trying to play video games. Oh, I'm so Suck. See, look at that, and people are dying. So that's what happens when I stop healing. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Oh, you're out of range. No. Fuck. Did I win? Yeah, bitch! Take that, mythic chump. Ah. How do I Word of Glory uses 10% of my mana. And I do it a lot. That's it. So, so the breakdown's right there. A good chunk of the Word of Glory was on me, but I'll do a lot of external Word of Glories. A lot of my stuff is passive though. My hero talent thing, that's a sort of, it's an active, but I use it like it's a passive. Ravenous Scarab is actually has been a really good tanking trinket for me. Volatile Serum, that is it's technically a healing trinket, but I use it as a tank. And the window went away, motherfucker. Damn it, ruined me. But like, it's other small things too that help with the healing. So that's how I play the game these days. I bet it was an upgrade for that shaman. Oh, I'm sure it was, but I hate him. It would have been an upgrade for me too, man. I would have been happy. Upgrade to my happiness. In fact, yeah, you can have DBM play a sound for a wipe and have mine play one sound before the little thing. Aww. Maybe I should have like a soothing voice give me words of encouragement. Oh, there. You're doing so good. It'll be Bob doing that. There we go. Happy Winter Veil to you, Sunshine. Yay. You guys done with all your shopping and all that stuff? Is that even a thing anymore? Of course it is. Is everyone ready for Christmas? Because we got just this last weekend left and like that's it. But yeah, depending on the fight, I can pretty quick. So I gotta be a little strategic on how I fight. If I'm doing progression, I'll do considerably less external healing, so I'm fine on mana there. But I'll still try. But my passive healing still does. I like to. I at least tell myself. I do a lot to relieve the healers of a lot of soft healing as well as the healing on myself. Like I'll get mad if a healer focuses on me too hard. The exception would be the feast mechanic for Onsurek, where there's like a huge absorb and ow, and I need help with that one. Otherwise, I would try to handle most of it myself. So. I'm ready to see on Christmas Day a whole lot of wandering ancients and Ironforge again. Oh yeah. I mean, well, Dornigal has been Valdrakken was pretty popular for that too. But I say Dornigal has a really good spot where you can just do like a big long lap around the crafting area with a bunch of trees. That'd be sweet. Or it would be cool to just have them all like standing in, not in the formation, but standing in such a way that it just feels like Dornigal is like in a forest or something. That'd be kind of cool. Slowly reaching the point where I want to see all crab and crab adjacent mobs removed from the game. Dude, I got an idea, Slam. Just make all the crabs turn into spiders. Yeah. Brilliant. Total solve. Yep. Okay, so how did that thing do? Oh, it barely showed up. 5% of the healing. If it'll make for a better torrential draw. Oh, that's what you're doing. Right on, dude. Christmas hat. Cute. Check out the hat. Nice. Don't kill him, he's in the holiday spirit. That's too bad, man. That's much too bad. Yeah, give me my number. Did I even get hit by that third blow? Didn't seem like it. How odd. Let's see if I get hit by this one. Barely. Well, that means I might eventually get killed. I'm gonna get one shot at this rate. We better kill this thing faster. That's my only hope. And ooh! Oh, that was scary. That was scary. Okay, let me see. Let me see about the next one. So here comes the next combo. Oh, no, he got it. Oh, no, he's going to get killed, though. Because I can't take that third hit. He's going to take it, and now he's going to die. Oh, he lived. Sweet. He's like item level 570 something, so I was scared that he was going to get blasted. Oh, he's dead. Oh, shit. Something. Okay, something else got him there. I think he got... I wonder if he got knocked off. Okay, I should be able to cheese the rest of this. Yeah. So like the third hit will be a little dangerous, but then I'll have plenty of cooldowns to like cheese the rest. I'm pretty sure. Here, I'll like pop a soft cooldown for this one, just in case he doesn't taunt this off. And that should be fine. Yeah. And then he taunts. Okay. Yeah, when you do the swaps wrong, then things get bad really fast. Oh, I lost! Fuck. Okay. Bummer. Alright, so I guess I did not key for the other one. Dang it. Oh, there was a Wildcast? Holy shit. Really? Hold on. Oh, shit. Yeah, let's go. Let's take a look at that. So next time you run this place on Raid Finder, ask the solo tank for the funsies. Well, the first one the first one's boring to solo for this particular one. The second one I did solo. That's how I won. And then the third one, you know, it gets a little sketch, so. Alright, let's take a look. Volume check. Let me know if it's weird or loud or whatever. Sponsored? What?
Hello and welcome to Wowcast. Today we're diving deeper underground into the next content update for The War Within, Undermine. Joining me today are two developers from the team who helped bring this update to life. Please introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm David Hollings. I'm a game designer who focuses primarily on Battleground and arena maps.
Hi, I'm Mark Collada. I'm an assistant lead quest designer and the point for the Undermined update.
Thank you for joining us today. Let's jump right in.
The name to
What
hate.
made Undermine the perfect location for this major update?
Undermine is a location that we've seen throughout the lore of World of Warcraft for quite a while, both in manuals back from 1999. I think it was just like a little location at the south of the map, to Cataclysm and seeing it in gossip text and other interactions with goblins. So for us, it didn't make a lot of sense to put it in the first 4 zones, but it certainly makes a lot of sense to put it here. Another thing that we really wanted to do when we were looking at Undermine was goblins. Goblins, of course, are this zany, creative, chaotic race that we have in World of Warcraft, and we really haven't seen a lot of development in their culture and who they are, their stories. And so this is our way of making sure that, like, hey, players, we want to give you more stories that are based in cultures that we have not yet seen in the world, but then also make sure that we are connecting it back to the larger story as a whole within the World Soul Saga and especially the War Within. For us, at least, we get to do really cool stuff. We get to interface with the 4 different cartels, the Bilgewater, Blackwater, Steamweedle, and Venture Co., and each one of them and their leaders, as we've got to know throughout World of Warcraft. So we have Monty Gazlowe for Bilgewater, Marin Noggenfogger for Steamweedle, Baron Revelgaz for Blackwater. Don't worry, if you've been killing goblins in Booty Bay, you'll be fine there.
Hi, Rep.
Yeah. And then Venture Co., not a cartel, but you'll see what we have in store for them. Normally antagonists, but much like everything with goblins, they can shift their allegiances based on whatever it is that they choose to, and we will explain that more within the story.
I'm so excited to learn more about the goblins and their crazy antics. Speaking of the cartels, if we partner with the cartels, what do we get from that?
So the experience that you have within Undermine will change based on the different cartels you ally with. So if you decide to go with Blackwater, Baron Revelgaz will be the one blabbing at you in World Quest in his very awesome, what is a pirate goblin sort of voice. And you'll go around and do different things for the Blackwater cartel. And with that, you will also be able to unlock customizations for your car, different transmogs, toys, sort of the general things that we would expect to come out of a friendship reputation that you're earning throughout the experience.
Speaking of cars, this new vehicle system drive was mentioned in the Warcraft Direct recently. David, do you have more information on this?
I do, yeah. DRIVE, which stands for Dynamic and Revolutionary Improvements to Vehicular Experiences, is going to be the new way that you get around Undermine. It's roughly 3 to 5 times faster than a ground mount and a little faster than skywriting at full speed.
I think once people really get a feel for that speed, I guarantee people will really start to see just how fast this car is pretty quick.
How does progression work with the vehicles?
Right, so you'll get your car from Nanny Tallulah, and she's gonna send you on some shipping and handling activities to gain some currency and get some parts for your ride, and you'll be able to customize your ride, whether you're getting new colors, make it faster, or even change how it drifts. You'll be able to make it your own. Throttle control is going to be extremely important when you're trying to control your car around those like really tight turns of the Undermine.
Also, we do have timekeeper races that players can go and challenge themselves to 4 courses. We have both the forward and the reverse course, and then we want to just see how you decide to make it your own with other players. If you want to do your montages, you're taking a drift in front of the hotel and put it to your favorite music, and please do, right? Like, we really want to see how people make this sort of like an experience they're getting into themselves.
All right, now let's switch gears and let's talk about delves. Hey, don't make fun of my pun, okay?
There will be 2 new delves, Excavation Site 9 and Side Street Sluice, as well as new variants of Goblin-themed delves for the majority of the War Within delves. There will also be a new Zekfir-style encounter as well, that's going to be hosting all new rewards.
Oh, cool. Do you have an example of one of the rewards?
There will be a new mount, the Gobtrotter mount, with new customization options as well, including a gold variant version for the challenge mode.
Oh, similar to like the Void one that's out right now if you beat Zekfir.
Exactly.
Dope.
Can you tell us more about Side Street Sluice and Excavation Site 9?
So Side Street Sluice takes place in the sewers of Undermine, and you will get to see what Dark Fuse is trying to do in the sewers, what control they're exerting within the space, and the other sort of antics of goblins away from the public eye and their machinations within the sewers. And Excavation Site 9 takes place in a new section behind Opportunity Point at the south of where we're going in the Ringing Deeps. In it, you're going to see sort of like void corruption overtaking Titan ruins to sort of show this eternal conflict we have seen through the history of World of Warcraft of Titans versus void. Within it, of course, you will go and see why it is called Excavation Site 9 with the goblin-themed antics that are down there. It is a super cool environmental storytelling sort of space.
So, is our trusty sidekick still Bran Bronzebeard?
Our trusty sidekick is still Bran Bronzebeard, yes. So we decided to go with Bran for the entirety of the War Within, as he is a character people have grown fond of early on in Season 1, with all of his meme potential about webs and Nerubians popping out of them. And also, it gives us an opportunity to rethink what a sort of expansion level companion will be, instead of season over season constantly changing and forcing people to relearn the mechanics, the abilities, sort of the kit that Bran has. Also, within Season 2 and at the launch of the Undermined update, Bran will be receiving a new tank specialization. So if you're a healer, you no longer have to feel that you need to spec change into a role that isn't the one that you're connected to. He'll be a ranged tank, so he has a shield and a gun, and then a new set of abilities that he will receive for that. Not only that, but we also have goblin curios that we're putting in there, goblin-themed curios. So a dwarf, such as Bran Bronzebeard, with sort of his personality and how sort of larger than life he is, what is he going to do when he's interacting with rockets and bombs and malfunctioning devices throughout the delving experience? There is a special curio that you can receive from doing the challenge encounter.
Oh.
And it'll allow Bran to call down a mech that you then, as a player, can pilot in the delve.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so it's going to just tie into sort of the goblin fantasy of everything we have within Undermine.
Now let's talk about Season 2, which starts 1 week after the Undermine update. Let's go straight into PvP.
Yeah, so there's going to be a new arena called the Cage of Carnage, and it's unlike any arena we've ever done before. We took a look at the map pool and we noticed that we were missing a couple smaller maps. So we decided to make this map a little bit more cutthroat. Players will be dropped in through a trap door and separated only by a metal platform that'll have ramps on every corner. It's going to be quite a tight fit. It should make for some explosive gameplay.
Well, that's what PvP players can expect. What can PvE players expect in Season 2?
Yeah, so there's going to be a new dungeon called Operation Floodgate. It's going to be a 4-boss dungeon that's taking place in the Ringing Deeps. It's going to be at that big dam that you might have seen, and we are preventing Ventrico and Dark Fuse from knocking over that dam and flooding the region.
Oh,
So
wait,
players
they
can
would
enter
talk
this
about it in the
dungeon immediately,
Right.
but Mythic Plus will come out once the season begins. The new Mythic Plus dungeon rotation will include the new dungeon Operation Floodgate, as well as the 4 remaining War Within dungeons. But it will also include some older dungeons,
Like
the
Motherlode, I think.
Mechagon Workshop,
Yeah,
the Motherlode, and the Theater of Pain.
Yep. Sorry about Theater of Pain. You're going to be farming my trinkets yet again. I know Soul Letting Ruby is one of the very popular ones that people went after.
I'll be going after that.
And then, of course, with Mechagon, we do have our lovely Cogwheel Skill Shot trinket that I'm really excited to see people use again, especially when they're fighting other motorcycles in Undermine and the raid itself.
Now let's talk about the new raid, Liberation of Undermine.
Okay, so Liberation of Undermine. It is going to be an 8-boss raid.
Ooh.
It will
Metal
unlock
wraps.
a week after
Oh,
the
that looks dope.
Undermine update goes out. And then we have our story mode also unlocking a week after that. So we saw success with Nerebar Palace and Queen Ansarek in terms of people going into the story mode. You get to experience the encounter, you get to see the cinematics. And for us, Galliwix's encounter is a really core part of the story that we are telling within the Undermined update. And so, of course, it was a no-brainer. We wanted to make sure that we gave you that story mode so you can go in there as well. In regards to this 8-boss raid, things in Undermine happens the Goblin way. And the raid itself is very much a way with which you can see what zany, crazy encounters our encounter designers cooked up and did it in a way that's very goblin-y. A couple notable examples that I would call out is we have the Cauldron of Carnage that is going to have a gorilla versus a mechanical Tyrannosaurus that are going to fight each other, kind of a reference. And we have the big tank that does the massive J-turn flame shooting out of it. And then we have our DJ boss, who compels you by the power of sound in order to listen to Galliwix and not to anyone else. And then lastly, of course, the Galliwix encounter, once people see that mech, and also what the mythic mount will be, I feel a lot of people are going to be trying to see how they can get to cutting edge because it is wild.
I'm very excited about the Carnage fight because that T-Rex, the Mechasaur, that also has a chance to drop a mount. And as a collector, I want that mount so much.
Okay, that's
It's the
a cool
coolest mount in the game, in my opinion.
Are there any other rewards we can look out for?
Well, with a new raid comes new gear sets and set bonuses, and these set bonuses are going to be themed around the Magnificent Galagio. Whether you're a tank that wants a little bit more luck of the draw, or a healer that needs a little bit added insurance,
that looks like
the
a
2
sick
set
set.
bonuses are going to be unique per role, but the 4 set bonuses are going to be unique per specialization, and there should be something for everyone.
Before we wrap up, what are you both most excited for with this update?
Oh, it's got to be Drive for me. I mean, I cannot wait to start drifting around the Undermine between queues. It's going to be my new anti-AFK activity for sure.
Going in circles, just like how we always do in new
Absolutely, but
zones.
this time sideways.
So I'm excited for 2 things about the Undermine update. 1, I finally get to be able to talk about Undermine, which is awesome. 2, players getting to experience the new take on Goblin culture. One of the things that the team from StoryCorps all the way down that we have really been excited about is really showing a more relatable story about goblins. And I cannot wait for people to see the passion that has gone into everything about Undermine. I cannot wait for people to experience from our local stories to our main campaign. There is a lot of love and care and passion put
Everyone's
into
got a G-Mod.
Undermine that really resonates throughout the whole experience. And it really was this moment of just everyone who is excited to work on goblins. We finally were able to be like, here it is. Let's do our best that we can in terms of creating this super compelling story.
Thank you guys so much for talking to me about Undermined, and thank you for tuning into WoWcast, and we'll see you next time in
Thanks, Lexi.
Undermine.
Show me that tier again. 'Cause that looks sick, dude.
On the Magnificent Galagio. Whether you're a tank that
Yeah, dude. That helmet looks sick. I like that. Like, this looks clean. This looks hecka clean. It oddly looks empty in the chest area. Know what I mean? It looks kind of empty, like there could have been like like a bumper plate or something like that there to thicken them up a little bit, but it but that's okay. It just leaves room for like the tabard. But I like this look. This look is pretty sweet. Where's the pally sets? I don't think I'm looking at the website and I'm not sure about a preview yet. Yeah, no pictures of the tier yet. Bummer. Boo. Still though, cool. Not much to make out of a video for this though. Like, just watching it is like cool enough. So I'll hold off on it. Or maybe I'll just do like a quick, yeah, I'll try to shoot something really quick. Ooh, I'm gonna be like really cutting it close. So maybe I should work on this now. Look at the tier sets is all I want. Yeah, no, I feel ya. How should I do this? Because I'm gonna be talking with Wochi at 2. But I want to get this out soon. But I don't want to just blab either. PTR probably coming soon. I think if it was gonna come like before the holiday break, then they would have said so. So I'm not gonna be surprised if we gotta wait until like January for it. Is there a rogue set? What's that? Okay, so
That wants a little bit more luck
here,
of the draw, or a healer that needs a little bit
So this is the priest here.
added insurance. The 2 set bonuses are going to be unique per role, but the 4 set bonuses are going to be unique per specialization. And there should be.
Well, what I'm looking at is this one too. Here, let me get my ass away from here. So notice this one. I'm pretty sure that's the rogue set, but it's got a fucking pirate hat and a pirate skull thing. And then this one looks like the druid. Yeah, that looks like a druid set behind there. This I'm not sure. Maybe it's maybe that is a shaman, Ellie shaman or something like that. Because I mean, who else would that be? We saw the or mage maybe. Yeah, this could be possibly maybe a mage. Like the stance there kind of tells me a little something. Like this one's druid for sure. Yeah, warrior, rogue, druid. Could be shaman or mage. One of those things. How they're going to address terrain blockage concerns. Hopefully we're technically hovering when the car and just go over stuff. That I'm not sure. Like, I mean, it looks like for the most part, like the drive stuff is going to, at least when I'm thinking about Undermine, when we're thinking about this new zone, it's probably not going to have like those terrain doodads and stuff that'll block us, especially if we're on the road. They're not gonna have stuff like that on there. Outside of here though, different story. So we're not quite sure how that's going to be handled. For all we know, outside of Undermine, you don't go as fast. Maybe you go at like, instead of damn near dragon riding speed, you go 75% dragon riding speed with respect to like all the terrain stuff. But yeah, we don't know yet. Yeah, can I try and talk about this now? I want to. I'm gonna have to like do some serious edits though here on stream, and that's gonna be kind of awkward. I want to see the warlock set really bad. Like, now that we've seen the warrior one, I know I'm gonna be sad about the paladin one. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Let me see what I can do. Let's see if I can throw something together real quick. I want this to be no more than 5 minutes long, or no more than 7 minutes long. I don't want it to be too long. But we're working now. Okay, let's see. Where is my... Where's that thing? There it is. It gives us a behind the scenes look. Oh, you know, I usually do this for the trading post stuff. Yeah, I usually do it for the trading post, but that's really quick. That's like a one take sort of thing. This one I might stutter a lot and jump all over the place, but I think I have an idea of how I want to frame this. So. Okay, so currently downloading the video. That'll take a minute. Dude, this thing's downloading hella slow. Oh, hell. Okay, let me try a different YouTube extractor website thing and see if that works. Sad on a mainly Horde realm, but there are 100 Alliance on the Siren Isle with no friends to be seen. Oh, how odd. Yeah, I wonder why it's like that. That's kind of weird. Okay, this downloader was way faster. Sheesh, okay. Let's just hope it's a real download. And not like a 300 megabyte sized virus. Which is weird because that's a very large video. Usually YouTube, usually Blizzard videos are not that big, but well, let's see. Okay, so I didn't see that part. How am I this week? I'm good. Now I'm busy. But otherwise, I'm good. I've been having a fairly good week. Patches out, stuff to do, finish most of the stuff. Now I'm just kind of doing my own thing and sort of getting ready for the holiday break. The intent is to try and relax a little bit, but I also want to squeeze some stuff out before I go on break. And it's not going to be that much of a break. It's just going to be like a few days off. And I don't think you guys can hear that, right? I don't want you to hear everything that's going on. Okay, good. You can't hear it. All right. So how should I frame this? Okay, I think I have an idea. That's a good start. Yay. All right. This is now a working stream. Let me close. Wow. Since I didn't get my shield again. Curses. And then we'll just get right to it. What's up, everyone? This is Syl with another video, and today we're going to take another look at the preview of Undermine D, or the 11.1 patch slash season 2 that's going to be coming in an unknown number of weeks or months or so. Of course, if you don't mind, like the video, subscribe for more stuff. We're doing this semi-live, and I'm just going to kind of jump through the WoWcast that had just went on and give kind of a short version of what to expect, which is just really only a tiny slice of what we're probably going to get when this thing finally goes live. It's pretty limited, and I'm hoping to see like other changes, philosophical reveals and stuff like that, but we're not going to get a lot of that here. Again, this is just kind of an overview of what is to come. So one of the things that I think was a really cool highlight to check out is, and here's where I'm gonna wait to cut to these parts. Tier. That's probably one of the most important things that people are looking out for. We only got a very limited selection as of right now. I'm hoping that we're going to see like a more official preview sometime soon, just to kind of whet our appetites. So this is the warrior tier, which looks really good. I really like the lines that are coming from this one. You can kind of see it in a little bit of animation there. And then this one happens to be the priest tier. You notice that unlike the classic robe stuff, now we have like this more open style for the legs, which I think is like a good add. You know, so it's kind of, it's still roby, but more tunic. Now, in this shot here, now here we see what is presumably the rogue. You can kind of see it, kind of not, but you can see that the rogue head has been replaced by a skull, and that probably also includes the whole helmet thing. It also has that classic trench coat look and feel like what we saw just earlier. Back here is what is most likely the druid tier. Up front, in front of this person, I'm not quite sure who this one is. It could be mage, it could be shaman as well. But notice that they also have like this really cool staff behind them. Usually shaman use a one-hander and shield. So this might be a mage, but not sure. And then of course, here's the warrior again with that different feel. Now obviously we're going to Undermine. And as for where it's located, they use this old map here to kind of tell us just where Undermine is. And because we're in this zone, it's going to be heavily themed. You can see like the city itself, pretty big. I'm not quite sure if this is going to be like if it's going to have a kind of, I guess, a Borealis True Regard sound kind of feel, where you're going to have parts of the city that are considered like the player hub, and other parts of the city that might be considered, enemy territory or even part of the raid. You know, we may see like those sorts of conversions as well. We're going to be teaming up with one of 4 factions, and from the feel of it, I think it's going to be somewhat similar to, if I can get to the screen, it's going to maybe feel similar to the different factions that we work with in Ashgahet, where we dealt with those three different factions. Now we have 4 to work with. If it works similarly, then I think that'd be kind of cool, because there are some instances where we were able to like wrap up a little bit with all of them. But we'll be able to team up with Bilgewater, Steamweedle, Blackwater, and even the Venture Company, which are usually like the Scarlet Crusade of goblins, where like they're always bad, they're always like naughty, and we're usually like killing their asses. But I guess in this case, not so much. But if anything, it's probably like just this kind of united front against Gallywix. In this case, when we choose one of these people, the world questing, the outdoor questing, it's going to shift and change to any one of these factions. So it should be something that we can expect. And here's a little example of the rewards that we'll be able to get, including what might be kind of a rep and questing set. We get like a very colorful set of mounts that are kind of similar to the gnomish version, the Mechanome version of this mount, but my favorite is the goggle puppy. And there's also the robot thing. I'm not quite sure what this one's supposed to be, whether it's a toy or some sort of weird transformation or transmog set or something like that. The drive thing is coming. So when they described this, they described it as something that's going to be like a little bit faster than dragon riding on the ground. So my hope and expectation is that we're going to have courses that suit that. I need to pause for a second. Sorry, coffee. I'm parched. And I'm hoping these long, obvious pauses make it easier to do the edit once I'm done, you know. One thing that was pointed out to me in chat was whether or not there's going to be like issues, not just here, but then outside of Undermine. Like, what if we're not on these obvious courses that are designed for the driving in mind? Like, what if we're in the Anorn Plains and we're going through and we happen to hit like little rocks and pebbles? Are we going to be suddenly stopped in our tracks? The short answer is probably. But I'm also wondering to myself, what is the driving experience going to be outside, where normally you don't have this kind of speed? You don't normally have this kind of speed on the ground. Like, what if I'm trying to drive through Suramar City or something like that with this thing? How is that going to go? Is there going to be like a sort of Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be like this sort of acceleration sort of deal going on, but this could be cool. I don't know. It's really going to be a matter of, when we see this thing on the PTR to really find out. They described that there's going to be courses similar to dragon riding. So like you can see like a little bit of a sample here. We'll be able to, as you can see, very simple. It's just like the dragon riding courses, but it's just on the ground. But then also we'll have like the car physics with drifting, and there are some cool examples of that. Real quick with delves. There's going to be 2 new delves that are coming out. Bran is going to continue being our companion, presumably for the rest of the expansion. And the reasoning behind that, they had said, was they want to, I guess they just changed their mind and didn't want to make it so that, okay, with each season you're going to have to relearn this new companion, and that may have a new skill set that you may not like, and we might be like, oh man, I really wish we had, season 1 Bran. He was way more effective than season 2 whatever. All of us going to have different opinions on that. That was just their explanation. But we're also going to get a new mount to decorate. I don't know actually, I'm not quite sure if it was going to be like, if we're still getting the dirigible mount, or if it's going to have like a new base mount. But it looks like we'll be able to, just like with season 1, we'll get different decorations and be able to do customizations. There is going to be another Zekvir style encounter, and this is what you get if you defeat the new encounter, a gold version of this customization, which is pretty cool. They also mentioned that there's going to be a new arena and also a new dungeon as well. We already knew, and we already know the dungeon lineup. They gave us only like a small preview of what's going to be happening here in this new dungeon, but it looks pretty cool. Very, very cool stuff. I need to pause again. Oh yeah, I gotta stop on this one really quick too. Go back to Dells for just a second. They did mention that Bran is going to be a tank. He's going to be a ranged tank, and this kind of shows a good shot of like the different skill sets that he has. Like they had this really cool sequence here. Like here we go, pistols, shooting, hitting dudes, and there's also this one ability where he's able to summon a mech that we are able to ride on, which is very, very, here it is. Like, so he'll summon something down, and then we just jump in, and then we go nuts. We go Dynasty Warriors on this thing. Of course, there's a new raid. I already mentioned the dungeon. That's all like standard fare. They're talking about like some really cool encounters, and I think one of the big highlights that I wanted to just jump to really quick was this big dinosaur-looking thing. So like here's a really quick preview of the dinosaur. But here it is. Oh, this thing looks sick. And presumably we'll be able to get this thing as a mount too. So this will be something that even I am going to be interested in. So I didn't want to take too long. I know that I'm already like talking way too much. So I just wanted to like give you guys like a real quick preview of like some of the visuals that were inside this video. I'll leave a link to the actual thing in there for other explanations. And well, that'll be it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm pretty excited about this thing because I think it's going to be cool to learn a lot more about goblins, and it's just like a different theme, different vibe that's still going to be connected to the main story. It looks like, so we'll see how things go when the PTR begins, whenever that is, because we don't know yet. But yeah, until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy. That was too long. That was way too long. I don't like that, but those are honest takes, and that is best way I can present it. So, all right, let's cut this thing real quick. It's at least less than 10 minutes. So there's that. Range tank for Brand makes me wonder if it's a prototype for Tinker Class Lamau. I can dream. I don't know. I've always thought of Paladins are like the closest thing to a range tank, the way I see it. Where is it? Yeah, I've always seen them as a range tank, and I think that was, that's effective. All right. I can sound like hear someone be like, where's the shields? What do they look like? I think we have that shield already. I think that shield already exists. I'd load WoW, but WoW does not agree with Premiere when I run it. But I'm pretty sure it looks like that was a Mechagon shield. But I'm pretty sure that I already have it, that particular model. So I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm cool. It's all right. I can live without it. You want it? Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was a Mechagon or BFA appearance. I'm sure there's like all sorts of small details that I missed from there too, but I just wanted to do. This is more like a reaction. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Yeah, so this is an easy edit. I don't need to do very many cuts for this one at all. I made very purposeful pauses to make it easier for myself. Okay, so I just need... I wonder what the clarification on the 2 set if everyone is going to get the same 2 set. I doubt it, because from like this screenshot here that Wowhead put out, like these are very specific, class specific abilities. So, yeah. And then what about the warrior one? So, yeah, they don't really. Each time you take damage, you have a chance to cast Shield Wall for 4 seconds and gain Luck of the Draw, which increases your damage dealt by 15% for 10 seconds. During Luck of the Draw, Shield Slam's chance to critically strike is increased by 50%, and it's critical. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a neat one. But yeah, dude, you get your. I forgot how big of a mitigation Shield Wall is. It's either 50 or 60%, but it's still a huge thing. So that's like super anti-death. I wonder what the internal cooldown on that's going to be. Oh, you're talking about insurance and look at the draw. I mean, with only seeing those two instances and seeing how they're different, I don't know. They might just call it that. Yeah, if we see a repeat of those named buffs, then oh yeah, definitely. Then I'd be convinced. These days, though, I guess I'm not nearly as excited about tier as I used to be because we finish in like a few weeks. So I still feel as if they might as well just give us like seasonal buffs. Just take all remove any pretense of earning tier because it's just a given. And that kind of sucks. There we go. Is tier. Still 10 minutes. Ugh. Nine minutes. I don't like that. It's so long. Well, it's okay. But they're my initial impressions. So let's go. Okay. I wish they give more catalyst charges after the first 4 weeks of the season for transmog. Yeah, I think wasn't there there was a thing where they started giving us charges every week. Yeah, they started doing that at some point. So maybe they should do that again. I mean, even after the season is done, we can freely change that gear. The problem, though, is that, if I recall, we won't be able to upgrade that gear anymore either. So it's gonna be a bit tougher too. I think the workaround at the moment, though, is to just have alts and work it that way instead, if you can. But then that only really applies to like the normal. The raid finder and normal difficulty versions, not like the higher stuff. That one's tougher. Okay, so where is... Let me pull that article back up. I kind of want to just use that tier, that picture of the tier. Yeah, maybe I will. Well, okay, it's either that or I'll use the thing from the press site, because that was good too. Also, will Siren Isle give us tier? You can use the catalyst and get tier, yes. But it's gonna come as just Siren Isle gear. Okay, so where is it? Direct. Lua error every time I sap someone. Oh, that's odd. I would definitely take a look at your add-ons. Quick question, I'm retired and I'm looking at starting a stream. Starting a stream. Any advice or suggestions? So I kind of cheated when I started streaming because I was making YouTube videos first, and even to this day, the stream is not like the primary thing that I do. Being live and here on Twitch and YouTube, it's just so I can connect with folks who watch the videos, and maybe get people to wander in too. That's always fun. But the advice that I would observe from other people is, if you want to start streaming, don't come at it like, hey, I'm retired and now I want to make some extra money by doing streaming and stuff. You want to think of streaming as just an extension of what your hobby already is. Don't do it because you're out to like make money, or you're out to like do the hustle. Just I'd say people will genuinely want to watch if you're just like, hey, I'm just gonna hop on and I'm just gonna play and have a good time, do my thing, and then just chat with folks as they wander in. And if they want to hang out and chat and otherwise just lurk, cool. Give really hot takes to get views or have boobs. Actually, Rothan, if you are retired and you're also hot and have boobs, because hey, you never know. Preferably do it in the different order. You want to have the boobs first and then give the hot takes, because then people will pick up on that and be like, dude, hot chick, hot retired person gave their take on what's going on in some developing country. Something like that. Brilliant. But yeah, continue your gaming habit. Yeah, that's really it. But there's a growing number of people who make it their thing. It's a very central part of like who they are as a streamer, that they are older. So they cater to that older audience. A retired male and veteran. You might be hot though, so that will help. Step 1, be attractive. I'm just messing though. When you first start, expect nothing. Expect less than nothing, to be honest. Just get on, play, hang out. Give inviting titles. You can be honest too. I'm new to streaming, new to this, and some people will pick up on that and be like, "Oh, hey, he's new." And then some people will be who are genuinely altruistic will be like, "Okay, let me take a look and see what this dude's about," and maybe they'll hang out for a bit. So. Yeah. In large ways, your chat will help you determine the kind of streamer you are, but you also need to be kind of cognizant of how you interact with the chat, because no, there's no good way to say it. I'd say just keep it, for now, I'll just keep it simple. Just get on and just do it. That's how it starts. There are people who became big streamers who lucked out, but also like they started off, they'll tell their stories and be like, "Oh, I had 0 people watching me for like 2 years, and then all of a sudden I blew up, and I don't even know how it happened, but it did." But if you're just doing it just to do it, yeah, hop on, and that's like step 1, 2 through 50. All right. Don't need this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Go away. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Undermined. Clever. Revealed. Ha 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 ha. No, I'm not gonna do that. That's dorky. First. Not really first. Reactions. And let's make this bitch pop. Ooh, too bright. There we go. That's good enough. How about a sweet, cute grandma streamer? Oh, if she's cute? Dude, hell yeah. Better if she's single, you know? There's grandma in COD or something that talks crazy shit with proxy chat. Proxy chat? Oh, proximity chat. Sorry. Really? Does she get all sailor and stuff? That'd be cooler if she was like ex-military and she was in combat and she's just talking mad shit. That'd be hella funny. Yeah, some people would respond pretty well to that. But, you know, but of course, that's also the audience you get, you know? The people who like that sort of attitude. Not just entertained, but it really resonates with them. So, yeah, sometimes you gotta be careful. That's why I stick to being boring, so that way I don't have to deal with like people who are overly excited about stuff. That is the truth. Where's my thing? Okay, there it is. I'm like, where's my video? Wow, rubble, rubble, rubble. Okay. Let's see. Driving, no, tier sets, driving, and more. Not much more. You know, that's kind of clickbaity. Because I say, yeah, tier sets. Like 3. But it's still technically true, so. All right. But very, very important is to link the damn article. Because some folks are totally cool with like you posting the video, but frankly, they just want to look at the article, so at least link the article. Respect. Okay. Hit him with the clickbait. I've done worse. Not much worse. But I'm not like one of them genuine clickbaiters. Remember old school clickbait? when the thumbnail was like boobs and stuff. Like, ooh, boobs, burp. And then they talk about raising taxes and stuff. Anyway, my initial and reactions to the recent Wowcast featuring Undermine. I feel weird typing it like that. Undermine patch patch 11.1 with Undermine, new delves, tier sets, and more. Yay. Undermine D, Undermine 11.1, Season 2, T-Dub-Dub, World O, Warcraft O. Boom, boom, boom. Make money. Done. Yes. I said ass, I think. I think I said ass. Alright, let me, where's my thing? Mute the browser. Look at the thing. Quick check. Cool. Perfecto. And we are good. Publish. All right. So link is there. If you want to do me a favor, click the link, hit the like button, watch the whole thing, and then when it's done, watch another video right after from the sidebar, and then promptly close YouTube. Work that algorithm, baby. Anyway, there's also a retired veteran sniper grandpa. A retired veteran sniper grandpa. Yeah, those people I'm sure are fun. I'm sure folks can get a real kick out of that sort of shit. All right, we are done. Thanks for putting up with that. Back to our regularly scheduled stream thingamabob. I'd love to stream, but I'm so non-social that the chat intimidates me. You know, I'm a weird one because I don't like grouping with strangers in dungeons. And when I'm in public, I tend to very much keep to myself. But I run a WoW guild and I stream. So it's not even so much like, oh my god, I'm a totally different person online or whatever. That's not it at all. I act and talk kind of the same. Unless I have liquor. If I have a couple drinks in me. Yeah, then I'm okay. Because then I'm just more relaxed. I'm very, I tend to tense up really easily when I'm around people. Very introverted. I'll be constantly watching conversations happen without participating in them. And when it is my time to talk to people, I'll put up a decent front and I'll try my best to be engaged and stuff. But then when I'm done, I like shut the fuck down. I'm good. You know, I'll just be like sitting on the chair or whatever, and my wife will be like, "You okay?" I'm like, "I'm done." She's like, "Okay, I get it." Can't do it anymore. All right, so where was I? I was looking for transmogs. Went to Ulduar, was very sad. But is there anywhere else that I wanted to check out? I don't think I wanted to look at any dungeons. Because the only dungeons to look at are... Oh, actually, okay, I know what I can do. I can do last... I can do the last thing there. And then there's like other small things, but I think I'd rather look for... Here we go. Yeah. Let's check the usual spot. I just haven't been seeing it lately. So, Broken Isles. Oh, there's an invasion going on that just started. That's good. Any rares? Still no rares. Like, there's a rare up here that I never see. There's a rare down here that I just never see active. Sad. Maybe it just doesn't happen on stream days. Maybe it just happens to work out like that, and so I'm like permanently screwed. But whatever the case, I think I will go to Broken Isles. Broken Isles. There's no huge arrows on my thumbnail or creepy smile, so 5 out of 10. That is a weird smile. I'm sure you're referring to like Mr. Beast videos and stuff. I've yet to ever watch one. I'm scared to think of how my YouTube feed will be infected if I were to watch a Mr. Beast video. Boop. Yeah, there's some like news that infected my YouTube feed. But for the most part, it's like shorts, like, oh look, a puppy, hey look, Taylor Swift, and again, and a comedian, and a movie clip, and something about Japan. So yeah, that's my usual YouTube stuff. And now I think I fucked up my browser. Shit. Oh well. We're fine. Actually, I'll just close this guy. Okay, so that video out of the way, I am free to have my chat with Wochi. Excellent. Ooh, does this bear have... Okay, I thought the bear only had like 6 million health. I'd be like, oh shit, we're fucked now. All right. I never asked. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having a good day, pleasant day. That's rude. Okay, I see no 630 healer this time. So let's see how I do. Oh, that dude, no. This threat is mine. I need all the... Only I get the aggro. Me. Yeah, he's trying to get that other ad. That's why my healing was so low. Can't have that. You got 2 out of 3 mounts from the Siren Isles today, so I'm good. Lol. Nice. So, okay, there's the surfboard. Yeah, there's a surfboard. There's the bird. What's the third mount? I'm not familiar with what the other mounts are. Okay, as long as I get the caster, then I'm fine. The other tank can have the other one. We could just do a swap, no big deal. But if he dares to take that caster away from me, I'll get mad. Didn't do that. Yeah, like that evoker like smoked me. Damn it. Consume flame. I don't know what that is. Work on farewell to arms. Oh, good luck, dude. Someday I'll work on that. It's gonna be rough though. Just because, you know, I'd have to go all the way as far as like working on the Lion's character and everything. That's gonna be tough. Okay, maybe my only hope now is to mostly solo tank Ansarek. Well played, Evoker. I hope you weren't healing me. No, you were healing a Death Knight, mostly? Blah. Well, I got a Spy Masters yesterday. That was kind of cool. No. That was a normal Spy Masters. Yeah, that don't count. The quest with the daily lockout. Oh, okay, so the one where you're finding like that food? Okay, 'cause I thought it was a pet that you got, not a mount. Okay. Look at that, guys. Another time-gated mount. Grrr. I mean, we've seen a lot of those, though. And I've always been bad about getting all of them. The last one I remember is one from, I think, Onaran Plains, where you gotta get some stuff, give it to someone, to some NPC in the south, and hey, yeah, you get them out. Never did it. The Questlock one is also one of the only mounts that changes colors. Sadly, it's a lizard thing. That's kind of cool, though. I didn't realize it changed color. That's neat. People finally stopped ninjing Spy Master for their alt they don't even play. No, I think there was just when we did normal, because we blasted through normal real quick. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna taunt him out. Yeah, I hate you so much that I'm raiding without you. This is not raiding. This is me hunting for transmog. Besides, y'all would roll and take the shield and be like, haha. And I know I wouldn't do it, and I know that I wouldn't do anything about it. Because it's like, oh, okay, I guess, no, looks like they do need it. Fuck. So. Whatever, let's run it. You got it. I swear, if you take my feast away from me, I'll get mad. Actually, no, I think I prefer Liquefy. Yeah, Liquefy is what I would prefer. You can have feast. It doesn't even hurt. Alright, now just no one get in. No, the Evoker's totally gonna smoke me on this one then. I'm only like having even a small chance because I have the constant dot on me. So at least my absorb is like doing some work. Yeah, I'm barely holding on. Alright, so I'm gonna be fucked after this. Actually, maybe I should just taunt right after he does the thing. Maybe that'll get me a little bit more healing. But it wouldn't be much more. But then I'll feel, well, we're about to phase anyway, so I guess it don't matter. I'll just taunt anyway. Oh, I'm actually kind of holding on. Oh, how nice. They're rezzing everyone. Can't convince me he isn't here for AOTs. Oh, that dude is not actually out of range. Kind of sucks. I can't really tell who's in range. It's my fault. Like, I have like all these little add-on bugs that I gotta contend with. Oh, down they go. Sucks for them. Of course I want the mog, dude. The new rogue set looks sick. It does look sick, right? I want a skull face, man. That'd be sick. Alright. Right. Aggro reset. No, I want aggro. Oh, I'm like, I have no chance. That evoker just annihilated me. That is a weird way to say it. He killed me on the heels, guys. At least give me a shield. Come on, baby. That could be a fun one, but that's not what I care for. Nope, 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 nope. Shield? No, that's an axe. Well, yeah, that's an axe. Nah. No shield. No happiness. Okay. Wow, you get 50 Valor Stones for that one? It's not bad. All right. Okay. I was wondering if they were gonna do like another article that just showed stuff like tier and all that. Sadly, no. Someone pointed out, yeah, PTR is going to be after the new year. I mean, that felt obvious. Someone wanted to buy the Spy Master for 5,000 gold. Well, you know, for raid finder gear, that's, you know, not a huge deal. I mean, you know, I'd say if someone were to go for it, like they could always try. This is like a shitty way to do it, but it could always just like take their alts and just keep doing raid finder until they get a warbound piece of gear that they want, if they really wanted to go that route. But yeah, that road kind of sucks. All right, invasion. I'm going to Val Shara again. It's usually Val Shara when I put this out, so. Let's throw up a tiny bit of game sounds for folks. Whee! It's not a bad mount for a bird. Okay. Zagmathar. Boom, World Quest. Remember back in the day when World Quests were that? And then Blizzard was like, oh, yeah, that's a bit too easy. Let's slow them down a bit. I am doing this, right? Veil of Dread? Yeah. And I thought that there was like a main dude to kill too. I do like the less world quest but take 60 seconds instead of 10. Ah. Yeah, because what sometimes sucks is that it's like, okay, you're here. You gotta wait for the dude to respawn because it's like, oh, he got one shot. Oh, no. You know? Okay, now I go for this guy. Boop. Battle for Val Shara. Oh, did I not do the turn-in from the last time I did this? Okay, let me do that. Just in case that I don't want that to screw me out of something important. Yeah, so that gave me graze, right? Or artifact power. What would have been AP? Yay, I got a thing equipment. I don't remember what these do. Oh, it's been forever. Okay, what other? That one. Okay, that one's easy. How many do I need to do? I need to do 2 more. So, oh, let me see if I can just do these 2. You gotta get. Ooh, all right, Hots. Take care of yourself, man. I do plan on. With a thought in my head, at least, I think I will do a Christmas Eve stream. You know, just, you know, nothing special. I'm just gonna hang out as usual. But oh, this dude's gonna kill it, especially because he's Alliance. Grr. Yeah, you monster. Okay, next time. I'll have my cock down. Ugh. I know the respawn on these isn't very long, so. Because, like, look at a Legion Zone and the amount of world quests, like, OMG. There's that. You know, because remember there was, like, we felt pretty locked in during Legion. Because, like, the quests would come up, God knows when. Every 4 hours or something, there would be something that would, I think, would pop up. And it would just be the mindset at the time, because especially because these were first introduced to us. It was like a big whack-a-mole thing. Gotta do them all. Oh, new stuff popped up. Gotta do them. It was unlike. It wasn't unlike the Warlord's mission table. We were just watching it like a hawk, and every time we'd pop in and see if there's more stuff, and then do it. Like, this was 7.2. Going around, hopping through, hopping over between the world quests and doing invasions and stuff. It was cool for its time, but just like anything, people will start getting tired of it. And then it becomes just another part of the repertoire that is WoW gameplay. So it won't, like, go away, but it'll just evolve into something else, and then they'll add like something new to it. So where does Drollmaz spawn? Does he spawn here? Because my consecration is at least soft enough that I won't one-shot it. It'll at least give someone else a chance to kill it. Or that, I guess, if he wants to party up. I mean, at least it's not Alliance. Because then... Grr. What else going on? Oops. Vampire Survivors is free. Oh, nice. But it's on the Epic Store, which for some people, like, is highly offensive. But it's a fun, mindless game. Tell you that. And it spawned so many clones, which are also pretty fun too, and thankfully cheap. They're all cheap. All right, so this one feels different. Actually, no, I don't think it is different. Wait, Dreamweavers? I could have swore I just maxed... Didn't I just max that out? Or did I just max out the Renown again? No, this is the same one. Okay, yeah. Why was I thinking this is any different? Oh god, am I even gonna see? Am I gonna be able to max out this bar? Okay, respawns are fast. Woo! Very fast. Nice. Oh, too slow. Damn. That's what I get for trying to look at news and comments and stuff at the same time. Oh, yeah, that's right. Someone mentioned the Superman trailer. Nah, it's all right. All right, here we go. And I think there's like 2 shields to get from here too. That's what makes this kind of rough. Ziomar. Alright, so what's the chatter so far on other socials? Most people hated on the tier sets on Reddit, lol. Let them hate. Although, it's like, what's there to hate yet? Something uninspiring? I'm just gonna guess keywords. Uninspired, recycled. Yeah. Oh, the roll thing. Got it. I don't quite understand it yet. So it's like the 2 set bonuses, they're going to be unique per roll. And the 4 sets are going to be unique per specialization. Yeah, so why? What's bad about it? Yeah, like what's wrong with the 2 set being based on what you normally do? Yeah. Less cool class things, more generic stat buffs. Instead of changing rotations. Got it. I wonder if that's a reflection of how they feel like set bonuses are just kind of a waste of dev time. Sounds awful to say, right? You know, it kind of goes back to the whole set bonuses of the original borrowed power. Oh well, I guess I gotta see it first. I gotta see what mine is first, because I'm trying to remember. Like, one thing that I did like about one of the Paladin set bonuses from Dragonflight was that it was kind of a rotation changer. It made me use my consecration in a certain way, but people hated it. Other Paladins, they just hated it, and they're like, no, 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 because I kind of recall like the bonuses that people voted for season 4 of Dragonflight. I think most of them were like, oh, we just want the passive one. You know, the one that either, you know, it either sinned better or it was like the easy passive. So I don't know, like, is that just a reflection of what of their feedback from back then too? I don't know all the set bonuses though, so, or I don't know how all the voting went for season 4 back then though, so I'm only really speaking from the Paladin perspective. Yeah, if I get procs of Ardent Defender, that's dope. Oh no, it's not fun. It's not fun. Whatever. I'll figure something out. If anything, it's not my focus anyway. Okay, I'm glad this queue was pretty quick. But did I get anything cool? Nope. Peace out, man. Oh god, don't die. Wasn't I supposed to jump off? I thought I was supposed to jump off. Oh man. Consecration reliance was bad in Mythic Plus. You just stand still so you don't get affected? Huh? You move in raids too? Oh god, I'm still dead. Oh shit. Ah! Wait, return to graveyard. Let's see if this works. The hero's journey ends with them leaving the... Yeah, I didn't mind, or I don't mind the, you know, consecration being the safe spot. I mean, I do remember, like, when discussing, like, those Paladin set bonuses, one side would say, it's doubling down on both the strength and weakness, as in, consecration is like the safe zone, and if you're not in your consecration, then you die. My stance was, yes, I agree. They're doubling down on the strengths and weaknesses, so get good. And yeah, so not every 8 seconds. My cooldown on consecration is low. What is it? 3.5 seconds? Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, you just move your ass. But anyway, that was before. And clearly people wanted to not go for the rotation, or the other one, the other part of the critique, aside from the consecration thing, is that people didn't want to hold their consecration, and it was because of the whole safe zone thing. And so they just wanted the easy passive. Oh my god, you guys are boring. You guys suck. Ah! Wait. Did I just lose my ability to fly? I did. Well, that sucks. No, I've been clipped. It would be the safe bet for devs to assume people don't want to put any effort into anything. That is sad, right? But yeah, outside of the Paladin conversation, I'm sure that people would like to have, like, you know, things that alter their rotation a little bit. Did I break the game? Broke something. That's what I get for jumping off. I wonder if it's because I didn't loot. I wonder if that has anything to do with it. Because I'm like, okay, I gotta remember actually where to go. How about this? I have a brilliant idea. I will, since I'm done here, let me just hearth out and go to a different zone. Oh, let's go to Garrison. Favorite spot. When I think about it, though, like, did we have, when it comes to set bonuses, did we have two set bonuses that altered, where both of them altered the way that we play? I'm looking at this warrior one. Look at the draw. Okay, so during this buff, during this 10-second window, shield slam's chance to critically strike is increased, and they reduce the cooldown of shield charge by 6. So during luck of the draw, during that window, the cooldown of your shield charge thing goes down. I don't even know if that's a good ability, but whatever. And then here's the other one. So the changer is Holy Word stuff. Gives you a window. Your healing. Okay, so in general, your healing done applies insurance to targets and heals them over 15 seconds. It's consumed if an ally drops below 40%, and they get a bonus heal. The 4 set is it applies insurance to targets while Apotheosis is active. Your healing is increased by 1% for each insurance active on allies. Okay, 1% sucks. I hope it gets better than that. Are the people who are mad about consecration the same people that complain about being too easy? Probably not. I try to point out that the people that complain about one thing are usually not also the people that complain about something else. It's just that you'll hear different people complaining all the time. That's all. Oh yeah, the winter stuff is started. I shouldn't be here. I should be looking at Christmas shit. And I can fly again. Yay! So I fixed that. Go me. Then there's rotation change, and then there's just maintenance play style. I remember oftentimes, in the past, you'll hear people be like, "Oh man, this set bonus, the first season set bonus is like a thing, and then the second season, the second tier or whatever set bonus, it's like something different, and it's either better or worse or whatever." But then people will be like, "Oh, but I guess." I have a feeling that overall the team is not very happy when they have to consider like the scaling of how they need to like redesign classes around tier sets a lot. And so they're opting to go for something safer and easier to implement, something that doesn't feel too jarring when it's taken away. Okay, I'm already here. I remember hearing critiques like, "Oh, this set bonus is dope. This should be baseline." Why isn't this baseline, Blizz? And they're still not happy. Alright, so has anything changed? Has anything been added? That one is still here. And celebration tokens. Okay, nothing new for that stuff. Well, it's not like there's, like, they don't do holiday tokens, right? Like, that's all the same stuff. And then... yeah, nothing different from you, right? Oh. These are... you just buy them. Yo. Nice. Okay, there's just... here, hold on. Let me point these out. Actually, hold on. Me. I can go for a vest. Nice. So that one, that are shorts. And hat too, I guess? No, there's no hat. Yeah, this is new, right? Yeah, added with 1107. Okay. Ah, boots. Where's the boots? Red boots. Okay, I don't know why they're red, but... Consecrate was brutally punishing in high keys. Ah, so it's an elitist thing. I'm half joking. All right. Cool. They're just rendering these now. And I think these are year round. These might be year round too. Let me see. It doesn't say that it's not. Gimme, guy. When am I gonna start my push? Probably next year. I could have done stuff yesterday. That would have been my last really good chance to do keys, because I only really do keys one day out of the week. I only do it on Wednesdays, and the next holiday, the next couple weeks are gonna be, they're holiday Wednesdays. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to find guildmates on Christmas Day to do keys with. Same goes for New Year's Day. So, probably the week after. Let me look at the appearance thing. So... yeah, I'm not certain if this is a... I'm not sure if that's a... is that an add-on telling me that? Here, let me turn everything off. I'm not sure if that's better wardrobe telling me. I gotta do a check. So Chest. Oh, it is. This is year round. Nice. These new holiday appearances are just sold for gold and work year round. And seem to appear to work year round. Yay! Did it say 4 pieces hero talent specific? No, they said that it was specialization specific. Just got the cyclone. Oh, nice! Yay! See, at least with this Wowhead article, they didn't try to set the narrative. People are saying it's bad all on their own, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I guess I need to understand this a little bit better. I'm still not quite sure what the big thing is. Because, I mean, definitely for this season, as a tank, like, it was already like this. Or we, as tanks, I feel like we've already been seeing this sort of approach, where where the 2-piece is just very basic and it's the same across all the tanks. It's just done a little bit differently, but otherwise don't expect much. One thing I fondly remember is, I think it was season 2 of Dragonflight, where my Avenger Shield applied a dot, and it was really shitty. It was really, really bad. I'm like, I might as well have nothing. But Blizzard, just give me nothing instead. I'll take that. This is just like an insult. Meanwhile, I think it was Druids that had like something that was kind of similar, but it was really, really cool. I'm like, oh, I'll give me that instead, man. Yeah, I kind of remember how that went. That sounds like the 4-piece and 2-piece won't really interact. I mean, as long as it just interacts with the right side of the tree, that's all it really takes, right? Yeah. You know, like I said, it's different people who are saying this, but you have folks that are like, we need set bonuses that are cool and transformative and blah 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 blah. But you have another crowd who's saying we need to not have borrowed power that's just ripped away from us and blah blah blah, or traded in for something shitty later, and so on and so forth. So what do you do about that? Right? I don't know. Who do you listen to more? Do you listen to both? Do you like a measurement? Do you use something that's more data driven? I don't know. We're already at a point where set bonuses are so given that they might as well, that I think there is a good argument to make that they should just give it to us day one. Just don't even bother with attaching it to gear. Don't even mind with that anymore. Just give us a button here that says activate season bonus. Like, that's it. It's not a real set, but I like it when things interact. Maybe something like 2-piece immolate damage gives soul shard, and then 4-piece as immolate takes faster or triggers additional times. I mean, that'd be cool. But I almost feel like that would be something neat to have on. That was something that people kind of messed around with or was able to appreciate with Legion legendaries. So we had that sort of like interaction and things that we can play with, but that was a whole different set of a whole different set of drama. Same goes for Shadowlands Legendaries. It gave, we had more opportunities to play with these sorts of things, but it was a pain in the ass to get all the pieces together. And then all that stuff was like, fuck it, we'll just put it all in talents again. And so we just got talents. But now we're kind of blind to, but now we kind of like got used to that, and now we want to be pleased again. So it feels like we're going in this sort of feedback circle of, it's the circle of dissatisfaction. Where we want things and then we regret it, and we want things to be simplified, and then it becomes boring, and then we want exciting things, and goes round and round and round. What a great way to end it. What a positive thing to end the show on. But I'm gonna head out. I'm going to talk with Wochi in just a few hours, and then from that start assembling the weekly, where we'll talk a little bit about how people feel about like these set bonuses, the reactions to the initial launch of the patch, the time gating, rubble. We'll talk about all that stuff on Saturday. But off I go. You guys have a great weekend. I plan still on being here for Christmas Eve. We'll do a little stream and hang out. And yeah, I'll see you guys for the next thing. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and as